Already saturated grounds, another heavy round of rain is hitting Malibu, making for more hazardous driving conditions.
We had a bunch of rock slides in the last couple of rains, especially Malibu Canyon, so please be careful when you drive.
We are live.
It's being called the biggest zoning change in the history of Malibu. A preview of the important city planning hearing that's happening tonight.
The city of Malibu moves to make al fresco dining permanent, but it comes with hurdles to overcome first.
I wanted more animals than my parents would allow me to have.
And his love for animals has led to him caring for Malibu's pets for almost 30 years. News at 5 starts now.
Malibu's only live newscast. This is NewsWaves 32, live.
More rain is falling, and it's expected to increase in intensity this evening. Good evening, I'm Joe Allgood.
And I'm Zoe Hunt. Welcome to NewsWaves. We are on alert as yet another storm is slamming Southern California today. We begin our coverage with NewsWaves 32 reporter Carolyn Kimball, who is out in the elements as fears rise about potential flooding and slides. Carolyn?
Thanks, Zoe. I'm standing at one of the entrances to Malibu Canyon. Road officials are closely watching and clearing, advising drivers to proceed with caution or avoid the area altogether as the heaviest rain from tonight's storm is picking up between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m.
So please be careful on the canyon roads. We had a bunch of rock slides in the last couple of rains, especially Malibu Canyon.
With just 2 inches of rainfall from Friday's storm, the canyon had smaller rock slides, but this happened less than 2 weeks ago following a bigger storm. Another storm arrived today, bringing heavier rain. This storm is expected to last through tomorrow, dropping close to 5 more inches of rain.
So that is definitely concerning given the current saturation. So we'll definitely be closely watching the canyons and city streets tomorrow and issuing any appropriate alerts.
The storm is classified as another atmospheric flood, which occurs when water-saturated air moves to higher latitudes, causing intense periods of unrelenting rain. Most people are over it.
I drive through Malibu Canyon all the time, so I mean, there's like rock slides sometimes, so it's kind of sketchy.
While Southern California will experience the worst of the storm tonight, Northern California was hit first, triggering forced evacuations. Most of the state is under a flood watch. With the rain adding to already saturated hillsides, drivers in our area should be prepared for hazardous road conditions, including falling debris, traffic signal outages, and flooding. City and county public works crews and the Caltrans are monitoring PCH and canyon roads using blade trucks to keep the roadways clear and checking and clearing drains. But
if folks can stay off the road if possible, it would probably be much advised.
Still, a bright side is how needed the rain is.
It was like hiking in Ireland. And if you want a great experience up there, you ought to get up there quickly before the rain stops completely, because you're never going to see it any lusher than it is right now.
Yes, we need the rain, but maybe not this much. Down the road from me the other direction, Malibu Bluffs Park and Trancas Canyon Park are now closed. Depending on the soil saturation, the areas may not reopen for the next few days. We did hear of a bad accident on PCH and Carbon Canyon. I'll now send it back to Marley in the NewsWaves studio, who has been tracking the storm for you. Marley?
Thank you, Carolyn. Get dry when you can. As Carolyn just mentioned, the most significant rain is still a few hours away. Models are showing the most intense period from 6 p.m. this evening until 6 a.m. tomorrow, when half an inch of rain could fall within an hour. Currently, it is 57 degrees in Malibu. This storm is generated by yet another atmospheric river. It'll dump more rain on Southern California than we saw Friday, as that storm was more concentrated in the northern part of the state. We are looking at 3 to 6 inches of rain before the storm passes on tomorrow. That's when the National Weather Service flood watch that we have in effect will expire. Okay, I'm tracking it all, and I'll be back with your full forecast in about 7 minutes. Unfortunately, the weekend forecast has more, you guessed it, rain, but it's not looking anything like this storm. Back to you guys at the desk, Zoe and Joe.
Thank you for that update, Marley, and it's too bad to hear there's more rain on the way. In our other top story, they're supposed to create more affordable housing options.
The Planning Commission is set to start a special hearing on accessory dwelling units, or ADUs. Abby Wilt is here with the details. Abby?
Thanks, Zoe. In just over an hour at 6:30, the Planning Commission will begin a special meeting to discuss accessory dwelling units in Malibu, like guest houses and detached garages. The meeting is expected to include at least an hour of public comment with positions on both sides of the debate. A historic hearing in Malibu.
This is the biggest change in the zoning of Malibu in the history of Malibu.
Tuesday night, Malibu's Planning Commission will hold a public hearing about accessory dwelling units in Malibu and is set to make a decision. If passed, the amendment would allow the state to approve permits for accessory dwelling units, such as guest houses and detached garages, rather than the city.
Makes every permit not come to us.
The amendment would enforce state laws, namely a maximum of 900 square feet per unit and the requirement of a parking space for every accessory dwelling unit. The amendment also ensures the units would be more affordable for homeowners.
You know, and there's no reason we shouldn't do it right.
The public is expected to come with comment, with some people in the past urging the commission to understand how vital the units are to their well-being and their budget. Still, other members of the public say the amendment is useless and that the city only wants mansions to be built and already allows guest houses. The meeting is expected to be long, with lots of public comment and differing opinions on how important the decision is or what the commission should do.
This proposed amendment makes zero changes to what we already do.
Others disagree, stating the amendment is important to the city.
Well, it changes every...
The commission is staying committed to giving their 6-year project their full attention, as tonight's meeting was previously rescheduled to give the commission more time.
I mean, because this is going to be a big meeting, so...
Time will tell if the commission decides to approve the amendment and give full control of guest house permits in Malibu to the state. One thing that is certain is that Commission and City will not allow accessory dwelling units to be rented as short-term rentals, but change in permitting could open up more long-term rentals in the city. Even if the Commission approves the amendment tonight, the City Council still has to vote on it for it to pass. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you for that update, Abby. This morning, Malibu City's Public Safety Department hosted a virtual meeting to discuss the current homelessness situation in the city. At the meeting, Malibu residents voiced concerns about clearing homeless encampments off private properties and fire hazardous areas. With the 3 homeless shelter beds Malibu recently secured in Santa Monica already filled, rehousing the homeless within Malibu was brought up as a suggestion. Terry Davis, a member of Malibu's homelessness task force, agreed, saying that while the city would like to help the homeless, they'd like to help them outside of Malibu.
A collaborative effort is underway to provide a permanent home for the Malibu Community Labor Exchange. Since 2018, the nonprofit, a fixture in this community, has operated out of a rented office trailer. During the building of the new Santa Monica City College campus, that trailer and a separate restroom trailer had to be moved several times. Now, last night, the City Council heard the plan to build a permanent structure for the labor exchange in the far northeast corner of the college campus on a parcel of county land.
I'm happy that the college and the county seem to be working with MLC, and that this is moving forward, and we're going to get hopefully a new trailer for them and keep these operations going.
Because the permanent structure will be down the road from where the trailers used to be, the college is looking to put up signs. The cost of the permanent building and all utilities is estimated at $270,000. The city is securing the outside money from a grant to cover the cost.
Amid criticism about a slowdown in progress, the City Council also received an update on the split from the SMM-USD last night.
I will say that there has been progress since November. I think the theme is it's not progress happening as fast as we would like, but it is progress nonetheless.
Deputy City Attorney Christine Wood admitted that since the city entered into a term sheet with the SMM-USD in November, progress has been slow. But she explained behind the scenes things are happening in the separation process. Most notably, coming up next Tuesday, the city's ad hoc committee and the district's committee will meet with the mediators to iron out the required financial sharing agreement. An outline of the operational agreement for how the new Malibu School District will run has also been drafted. In his update, Mayor Silverstein said he is not going to, quote, hold his breath for actual action in the split.
Light up the night, the local area that's set to get a nighttime look.
Plus, it was a bright spot of the pandemic for many. Liza?
Well, today's definitely not bringing the right weather for it, but up next, from parking to a streamlined permit process, the city is looking to make outdoor dining permanent.
Someone you love or someone you know who you care about could die because of the way this road is right now.
And a family's quest to expose the dangers of PCH. We take you into the grief and drive behind the documentary film 21 Miles in Malibu.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees?
Nothing to do with snow. Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones. Don't even. And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Can you concern with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite. Unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book can be the first family. Helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Welcome back. Calabasas is converting to a new system of LED streetlights throughout the city. The LEDs are said to have increased visibility and save energy compared to controlled lights. City residents will not suffer any cost for the light replacement project. This change will actually save the city money in energy costs. A get rid of old flickering lights set to begin in 6 months. The project should take no longer than 3 weeks for installation.
And as if the rain wasn't bad enough, there's something else that can make your drive on PCH more unpleasant. Nighttime lane closures along PCH start this week. Caltrans started nighttime construction along PCH last night, with the project expected to wrap up in late May. Expect lane closures along strips of PCH from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m., Monday through Friday, between the Malibu Lagoon Bridge and Corral Canyon Road.
That pavement repair is needed. All the rain we are getting is aggravating the damage that was already there, leaving potholes. It's going to be a tough job to fix them all.
Marley, it's the story that we can't ignore. Tell us more about the rain that we're expecting this weekend.
Yes, so as we've seen for a few weeks now, there is a ton of rain, and we are expecting rain totals up to 6 inches. And the National Weather Service has issued a flood watch for LA County through tomorrow morning. Plus, as we know, Malibu is at high risk of mud and rock slides, like we saw during last week's storms. The city of Malibu suggests that residents in flood vulnerable areas, which is most of the city, subscribe to the city's emergency alert system. Sandbags are available to all residents and can be picked up from any LA County Fire Department. Taking a look at today's total so far, Malibu is seeing heavy rain with about 0.2 inches so far. We have a high of 59 and a low of 54. Humidity was as high as 100%. It's about 92 right now. And winds were very high, up to 15 miles per hour, and we're seeing about 12 miles per hour now. As the storm picks up tonight, we could see gusts as intense as 20 miles per hour. Around our area, Santa Monica had a high of 58 and a low of 54. They are also braving the storm with a 100% chance of rain. Through the canyon, Calabasas had similar temperatures today with a high of 58 and a low of 50, but drivers should be cautious driving through the canyon with the storm conditions. Thousand Oaks and Agora Hills both saw similar highs of 58 and lows of around 52 with precipitation amounts between 1 to 2 inches. Thanks to all of this rain, the fire risk today is low. And for our surfers, the waves are low today between 1 and 2 feet, but bacteria levels in Malibu waters are high due to the rain. So postpone any beach plans for at least 72 hours until after the storm passes. The chance of rain will remain at 100% with precipitation amounts between 2 and 4 inches and up to 6 inches in the Santa Monica Mountains until tomorrow, when rain is predicted to taper off and clear out around 11 a.m. It will continue to remain cloudy as we move into the night with a high of 61 and a low of around 50. In more exciting news, some clearer skies are expected for Thursday with a high of around 60 and a low of 50. We'll see similar temperatures on Friday with some sun peeking in. As for the weekend, Saturday will be a tad warmer, but there is a chance of rain after 11 p.m. As for Sunday, the temperatures will also be a bit higher, but the chance of rain will last during the day as well.
Well, thank you for that update, Marley. It's a bummer to hear that there's more rain. Ruins my surfing plans.
I know. You think spring semester, summer's coming, like I'm going to the beach, but I haven't been able to go to the beach at all this March.
I know. I can't believe the sun hasn't come out yet.
Hopefully soon.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, Marley.
Thank you.
When it's not raining, most of the time, Malibu has perfect weather for outdoor dining. It was a necessity during the COVID emergency. NewsWaves 32 reporter Liza Esquibius joins us live to explain how the city is now working to allow restaurants to keep the areas permanently. Liza?
Thanks, Joe. Well, today's definitely not the day for outdoor dining. But with 17 permits approved for structures like these since June of 2020 and only 22 parking spots lost, the Malibu City Council is looking to make these structures permanent.
In a city like Malibu, for many, the clear skies and ocean breeze are a staple of a perfect meal.
I definitely enjoy outdoor dining.
When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, the city granted special temporary outdoor dining permits to restaurants to align with social distancing measures. Nearly 2 years later, the eased outdoor seating restrictions remain in place, but they are set to expire after the city terminates its COVID health emergency order.
You will have at least 90 days from whenever our current state of emergency under COVID expires.
That's what prompted the issue hitting the City Council's Monday agenda, and after a debate, it does not look like al fresco dining is going anywhere.
Anything we can do to ensure the health of the restaurants that have been here for a while is really self-serving as hell.
There was unanimous agreement among other city council members and members of the public, saying if locals and businesses benefit from the outdoor dining,
this is something that most of us residents really like.
The city should do what it can to protect it. Broad Street Oyster Company employee Sam Harrell says not only does he use outdoor seating on his lunch breaks, but he also sees it bring in customers.
Especially with Broad Street Coffee, where I'm working at, lots of people like to take their coffees and pastries outside and eat them.
But Broad Street was specifically mentioned during the council discussion when the need for stricter building code enforcement of outdoor patios and spaces that were constructed during the height of the pandemic was raised.
Broad Street Oyster comes to mind. It's a bit of a raised pavilion.
The other big issue the council debated was the potential loss of more parking spots that outdoor seating takes up.
You're removing parking as opposed to taking up some grass area or an existing patio area. You need to replace those parking spaces somehow.
Possible solutions to the issue will be considered by the planning director in an effort to avoid going to public hearing. Until then, the council agrees any permit changes be streamlined to not hurt any businesses.
It definitely would be a bummer to see outdoor dining go.
I'm here at Broad Street Oyster Company under one of those covered structures. And on a normal Malibu day, this would be filled with people soaking up the fresh air and the sun. So I'm hoping that the homeowners and the local businesses are going to be happy to know that they'll be sticking around at least through the end of summer. back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Liza. I think a lot of us have been enjoying the outdoor dining, which, speaking of dining, an exciting new option is coming to Santa Monica. Din Tai Fung is opening a 10,000 square foot indoor and outdoor dining location. Featuring ocean views, the restaurant is across from the also coming new Arte Museum. The museum is Korea's largest immersive media art exhibit and should bring in 1 million visitors annually. The world-famous restaurant and museum is expected in Santa Monica later this year.
Maybe we can force government. Maybe we can force government.
Up next, a father's plea for change.
Maybe we can force government to turn around and go, oh my goodness, these people are really serious.
21 Miles in Malibu drives into the hearts of viewers. The documentary based on a danger we all face daily.
Times are difficult. Everybody's really stressed.
And pets at risk. When Malibu pet owners need help, meet the vet who has been treating animals in this city for nearly 30 years and hear why he's now asking for patience.
Barry, time is running out. According to my calculations, 1 in 5 kids in America struggles with hunger. How can so many children face hunger when there's more than enough food to feed them all? You're right, Barry. We can help solve hunger by teaming up with Feeding America to get food to hungry kids in communities across the country.
Help Flint and the Feeding America network of food banks get food to the people who need it in your community. Find your local Feeding America food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Together, we're Feeding America.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Welcome back. A father is turning his grief into action in a documentary.
Christina Burostova is here with the story and more in entertainment.
Yes, Zoe, a film for change. After the tragic loss of his daughter, a filmmaker is using his craft to spread awareness about the dangers of PCH. Enough is enough.
How many deaths, how many accidents is it going to take?
With 700 traffic injuries and 20 fatalities since 2015.
I decided I would try and put together a film about PCH and about the deaths.
Forever changed by the murder of his 13-year-old daughter, Emily, on PCH in 2010. Filmmaker Michael Shane produced the documentary 21 Miles in Malibu.
It has a split personality, and people die.
To bring attention to many dangers of the coastal highway.
What I'd like to be is the first guy that starts the discussion that creates the change.
After 10 years in the making, the film premiered at the Santa. To spread this message, Michael is taking steps to gain more outreach, including planning screenings at Bluffs Park and Pepperdine and entering into festivals globally. In other entertainment news, Lindsay Lohan is expecting her first child with husband Bader Shammas. The Parent Trap star announced her pregnancy with an Instagram post captioned, "We are blessed and excited." The picture posted was a white baby onesie with the words "coming soon." Lohan and Shammas tied the knot in July after announcing their engagement in November 2021. The two reportedly began dating before the pandemic shut down. This announcement came as a big milestone as Logan has been through ups and downs throughout her career. Zendaya's iconic green dress to Hunter Schafer's post-Oscars dress may be a thing of the past. Stylist LaRoche announced his retirement today via Instagram. This came to shock many of his peers in Hollywood. Many celebs such as supermodel Naomi Campbell and influencer Addison Rae commented their support of him. In his post, he says, "The politics, the lies, and false narratives finally got me. You win, I'm out." LaRoche didn't explain his comments, but many hope his retirement will be short-lived.
During the pandemic, there has been a shortage of vets plaguing pet owners.
Community reporter Kylie Gibb is here now to show us the work of perhaps Malibu's most notable vet and what he's doing for pets during this difficult time. Kylie?
Hi guys. On Positively Malibu, I continue to look at different aspects of our Malibu pet community, and one person stands out. In this piece, meet Dr. Dean Grolick, the owner of Malibu Coast Animal Hospital, and see why he loves what he does and how he recommends people respond to the vet shortage that was made worse by the pandemic. Malibu Coast Animal Hospital owner Dr. Dean Grolick always knew he wanted to be a veterinarian.
I always had animals. I wanted more animals than my parents would allow me to have. I also just always wanted to take care of them.
A New Yorker, Grolick graduated from Cornell's College of Veterinary Medicine in 1995. 4 years later, he moved to Malibu, where in 2005, he opened Malibu Coast Animal Hospital.
I saw that Malibu had very few veterinarians.
Dr. Dean says that his hospital aims to embrace Malibu's small town feel.
We are one of the last hospitals that is not owned by a corporation.
Dr. Dean specializes in non-invasive surgery, which he says is beneficial for the recovery of the animals, especially when dealing with what he says is a common dog emergency, when a dog's stomach flips over.
Where we used to have to make an incision way up and open them all the way up, we now can go with a camera and an instrument, and it's much better for the dog.
Two other common dog emergencies Dr. Dean sees are dogs eating chocolate and, following its legalization, cannabis.
They get very twitchy, they're very, very disoriented, and sometimes they actually leak urine. So we know right away when they come in.
But his care isn't limited to dogs. Dr. Dean and his team also work with exotic pets, from birds and tortoises, and even kangaroos and monkeys.
Usually baby monkeys that are having issues. One of them actually swallowed some blood pressure medication, and when we were trying to put an IV in it, it kept on using its tail to grab the IV out of our hands.
During his 28 years as a vet, Dr. Dean says his favorite part about working in the Malibu community is the relationships he has made.
Those relationships have carried on for years.
And while times are tough, Dr. Dean reminds clients to be patient with their vets.
Times are difficult. Everybody's really stressed. But people have to try and be patient and understanding that all animal hospitals are doing their best.
Unfortunately, because of the high demand, Dr. Dean says Malibu Coast Animal Hospital currently has a wait list for accepting new clients. The hospital has also recently started offering doggy daycare and boarding for dog owners who want their dog to be taken care of while they're away.
Well, thank you for that update, Kylie. That is a touching story. I think maybe he should go by Dr. Growl Lick. That'd be a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Sorry, I had to. All right.
Thank you, Kylie. Pepperdine sports were in full swing last weekend. More on the Waves wins.
And how many digits can you recite? Whether you are in it for the love of math or just free pie, the ways to celebrate today.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow.
No.
Snow-covered trees. Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite. Unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book could be the first thing. Helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Welcome back. With March in full swing, we have some exciting sports news. Tony is here to tell us more. Tony?
Thank you, Zoe. Get your brackets in. March Madness action begins today. After a full season, the men's NCAA tournament is set to start today. The top seed in this year's tournament are the University of Alabama, Houston, Kansas, and Purdue. The first game is today at 3 p.m. with Southeast Missouri State taking on Texas A&M Corpus Christi. It was a rocky weekend for the Pepperdine baseball team. The Waves opened up a 3-game series with Cal State Fullerton with a 6-5 win on Saturday, but the Titans pushed back to win both games on Sunday's doubleheader. The Waves lost 10-8 in extra innings in Game 1 and lost Game 2 5-1. The struggles continued against Cal State Northridge yesterday with an 8-3 loss for the Waves. Baseball looks to come back strong in a 3-game series against the University of Portland starting this Friday. Team USA is off to a hot start in the World Baseball Classic. Team USA is now 2-1 in the World Baseball Classic after a commanding 12-1 victory over Team Canada. With this win and a Colombia loss to Great Britain, Team USA needs one more win to advance to the next round. Team USA's next game is Wednesday at 7 p.m. when they play Colombia at Chase Field. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
That's good news about baseball. And also, I don't care who wins March Madness. I just hope that Gonzaga loses terribly.
We'll definitely be tuning in. Thank you.
And math is a piece of pie, right? Today marks Pi Day, since 3, 1, and 4 are the first 3 significant figures of pi. Pi is the mathematical symbol that represents the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. Or you're like me, the day could just be a reason to eat pie. In honor of the day, several pizza places, including Domino's and Papa John's, have pizza pie specials. And to celebrate here, I actually got us some slices of apple pie. So
Did you bake this yourself?
I actually did, with the help of Ralph's grocery store. So I'm going to give this a bite, and that'll do it for us this evening. We will be off air for the next few weeks as we plan a spring break special show for you.
Have a great night and be safe on the roads in the rain. We will see you soon.
Barry, time is running out. According to my calculations, 1 in 5 kids in America struggles with hunger. How can so many children face hunger when there's more than enough food to feed them all? You're right, Barry. We can help solve hunger by teaming up with Feeding America to get food to hungry kids in communities across the country.
Help Flint and the Feeding America network of food banks get food to the people who need it in your community. Find your local Feeding America food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Together, we're Feeding America.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow.
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Stop worrying and think how nice that statuette is going to look on your mantelpiece.
Do you suppose anything's happened to him?
But of course not. He's just been held up in traffic. You think about that statuette.
And now we arrive at the climax of the annual dinner of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. The highest award